Okay, this is kind of mocked up. The chain's not hooked up, just kind of sitting there. There's a motor, and so that's about what it's going to look like once we get it all set up. I'll take the motor off and we can see the clutch situation. There's that's where that's going to sit. So here's what we have so far. Motor stand. Kind of mocked up the bearings, and there's the flywheel, and the clutch and everything is all set up in there. The starter will get put in like that, and it should work. I haven't bolted it up and tried it yet, but if it doesn't, it doesn't. It's taken me about an hour to get this thing kind of lined up. Got a lot of spacers in there, and this mount I ended up welding here on the frame instead of bolting it on the rubber, because this shaft is obviously cheap Chinese, not exactly 1 inch, and so it's actually loose on the sprocket. I've even tacked the sprocket on. It was loose in the bearings, so I've noticed that when I spin this, let's see if I can get it on camera. You can't really tell, but this plate and this plate on the bottom actually flex a little bit when it's spinning. So part of that's because I had to cut a groove there underneath the sprocket to allow clearance. So I'm going to go on the bottom of the main plate and weld on some angle iron to stiffen it up, and we'll see what that does. It does sometimes, the clutch flywheel situation, it does hit a little bit, so I might end up putting a little bit more space, maybe one more washer, and then once I get a final measurement, I'll make some little spacers that are solid. But anyway, that's what we have so far. Getting closer. The crappy part is I've put all this in here, tacked things, and I think I've gotten to the point where I can't take it out after welding that bracket in right there. It's a pain in the ass to take out, so I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna mock the motor up next time and figure out the chain, get the motor bolted down, get all that squared up, and we'll just see what it looks like, see how it spins, and I might just leave it and run it for a little while and see what happens. But that's what I got today.